Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Nasra Hassan and this is Real Life Perspective, a space where we unlearn, learn and grow. In today's episode, we are going to talk about how to be unapologetically yourself. So without further ado, let's dive into it. You don't have to be perfect. You don't owe anyone perfection. Imperfection is the most interesting part of being a human being. I know with all the societal standards, we struggle so much to be a certain way or to do things a certain way in order to meet certain expectations or to be labeled as a good girl or good boy. You don't have to be a good girl, you don't have to be a bad girl, but the question is, what are you supposed to do? And this is exactly what we are going to dive into. Allow yourself to make mistakes. It is not something to be ashamed about simply because you made a mistake. Mistakes are part of our lives. Mistakes are part of growth. Mistakes teach us how to be better people. There's so much that you can learn when you are open-minded. I see mistakes somehow like ladders which help us to grow, which help us to climb from one stage of life to another stage, because we cannot know what is right and what is wrong if we have not made mistakes. So it is okay to make mistakes. It is okay not to be okay sometimes. It is okay to feel a certain way, and this is the sign that you are a human being. You do not have to feel shame and you do not have to feel guilt. There are so many lessons that you may acquire in this world when you allow yourself to make mistakes. The only problem is when you make mistakes and you are nonchalant about it and you do not even want to learn any lessons. But when you keep open-minded, there are so many lessons and wisdom that you can acquire in this world, and you can become a better person. Keep learning from all those mistakes. When you've done something and it hasn't worked out, you have to step a little bit back and ask yourself, what have I done wrong? What am I supposed to do right so that it can work this time round? And this brings us to step number 3. Stop carrying guilt and shame. Until when are you going to keep blaming yourself for the mistakes that you made in the past? One thing you have to remember is that your past is not what defines who you are. Yes, you made wrong choices in the past. So what? Are you going to keep crucifying yourself? It doesn't matter how many times you fall, but how you get yourself up with grace and confidence and move. You can change your reality, you can rewrite your story, and you can start over again. So no point of blaming yourself, no point of crucifying yourself, no point of being hard on yourself, because the more you are being hard on yourself, the more you are picking on yourself, the more it is even making it hard for you to learn from your past. The past is there just to teach us on what we can improve in the present, and so that we can have a better future. That is the only time we have to visit the past, but we do not have to define ourselves by our past. And as I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself right now, because these are the things that I am realizing the more I grow. Yes, you might not have been a good child to your parents, you might not have been a good friend, you might not have been a good brother, a good parent to your children. You might not have done what you are supposed to do at the time that you are supposed to do it, but now all that is in the past. So what? What are you going to do about it? Is there anything you can do about it? If you feel like you didn't do what you were supposed to do, now that you have the opportunity to start over again, what can you do? What are you going to do differently? That's what matters in this very moment. So stop picking on yourself and stop being harsh on yourself. Stop blaming yourself. Blame game is not going to take you anywhere. All the wrong choices that you made in the past do not matter right now in the present. Now is the time to start asking yourself, how do I want to be perceived in this world? Yes, due to your mistakes, due to your past, people have labeled you, people have stereotyped you. And do you want to accept to be defined by your past, or you want to ask yourself, how do I want the world to perceive me? What is that thing that I want to be known for? Because I've been known by my wrongdoings. Right now, how do I want the world to perceive me? Point number 4, make room for growth. If you are that person who always feel like you are right all the time, if you are that person who feel like you know everything, you have it all figured out, then that is the problem, because there is no point in life where you reach and you have life figured out, or you have everything on your fingertips. Because in this world, we don't stop learning. There's always something new to learn. If you're a parent, you can learn from your children. This world is like a university, and the tuition is all those setbacks, all those mistakes that we make. Those are the prices that we have to pay to acquire the knowledge, to acquire the wisdom, to grow. So if you belong to that generation that believes that omukulu tasovia, then know that you are wrong, because maturity is not defined by age. I know there are so many people who think that because they are a certain age, they are wise enough, or they know so much. Yes, we don't refuse that you might be having certain life experiences, but wisdom is not based on the age. Wisdom is based on choice. Wisdom is based on opening up our mind and learn new things, and understanding that generations have changed. There are so many things to learn in these generations. We are in 21st century. The world has so much evolved, and it keeps rapidly evolving. So if you belong to that group of people who think that because I am of this age, there's nothing that you young generations can teach me, you are dead. Because there's so much to learn in this world, especially now. This generation versus the previous generation, there's so much to learn. Yes, this young generation can also learn so much from the older generation, but also the older generation has to admit that there is so much that they can learn from this young generation, because the world has evolved a lot. There are so many beliefs that you grew up with that no longer apply in this generation. So it is a matter of shifting the paradigm and understanding that the world that you grew up in and the world right now are two different things. You can be an old person and you learn from your children. You can be over 16 years old and you learn from a 5 years old. And that is what I call wisdom. To me, wisdom has nothing to do with age. If you think that I have to respect you simply because you are of a certain age, then you are wrong. I have to respect you because you have earned respect. And then last but not least, spare sometimes to smile. If someone told me this 2, 3, or 5 years ago, I would have seen this person as smiling. So what? What's funny? What's there for me to smile about? But smiling is not all about when something is funny or when there's something to smile about. You can be shocked by how much smile can change someone's life, by how much smile can change someone's day. And I never knew this. Everyone has problems. You don't carry all the problems of this world on your head. And you shouldn't look like you have all the problems. You should spare sometimes to smile. Smile can do you good. It can also change someone else's day. Smile can install some sense of hope. Smile can make someone's day better. So make sure you smile. And also remember that other people have problems too. Simply because they cannot show their problems on their faces, this does not mean that they do not have problems. Everyone is going through something. There are so many factors: economical, health, political fluctuations, and everyone is being affected. if you are watching news, you know what is happening in the United States. People are losing their houses, people are losing their properties. All that have some effects globally, and everyone in one way or another can get affected by that. You see that the world is full of problems, and there's nothing you can do about that. If there's only one thing that you can do, is just to smile. When you smile to someone, you never know how much you've made their day. You never know how you've at least made them to forget about what they're going through. Smile can do wonders. Smile can heal. Smile can open doors. Smile is powerful. If someone told me this 5 years ago, I would have seen you like you are out of your mind. But I've learned this, and I'm so glad I can smile. So make sure you also smile. Smile to other people. Change other people's moods. Change other people's days. You can be a healer just by smiling. And from real life perspective, I can't wait to see you in the next episode. My name is Nasra Hassan, and if you've enjoyed this video, kindly give it a thumb up, and do not forget to subscribe, like, and share. Bye and stay blessed.